am 31 years old and I live in Gland, the French-speaking part of Belgium, about 20 kilometers from the French borders. I am the father of two young kids, Anna 3 years old and Romain 2 years old. So I started to work with PIPA in 2008, and the idea came because there were almost no content of French publication on the website, and I asked them if it would be okay that I start with. And the first report I wrote myself was about a national victory in 2008. And from that came the fact that I came in contact with a lot of pigeon fanciers, and we started to auction pigeons on the website. As the times goes by, I started to be in contact with a lot of pigeon fanciers and started myself to get involved with a supply agent for PIPA. And I'm also a part professional pigeon fancier, which means that during the racing season I almost focused only on my pigeon. I started to race pigeon in '99. I was 10 years old and I got almost 20 years of experiences now. And I started with my grandfather Claude. In '98, in fact, I attended to the national victory of pigeon teacher, Jean-Claude Debièvre, and I saw the first national coming and being clocked. And the same day I came home with 4 late breds. I come from a long tradition of pigeon sport in my family because my grandfather was himself a fancier, his father was, and his grandfather was. So after the First World War, we already had some traces of pigeon experiences in our family. And in fact, my grandfather stopped in the late '80s to race. After that, we saw the first national coming in. Like I told you, I came home with 4 late breds and it was the start of everything. I started to race the first year in '99, and then now we are 20 years later and I'm still a pigeon fancier myself and I really enjoy it. In 2014, I had the luck to crown as first national ace pigeon KBDB small middle distance, as well as 4th national ace and 10th national ace. And I was also first national champion small middle distance with the 2 first nominated. This came a little bit from the skies. It wasn't an expectation, but it happened. It went further because in 2016 I moved the actual address here in Gland, and I did it again with the first national champion small middle distance with the Horde and the Yearlings. And I also won the 3rd, 5th, 8th and 17th national Hazebirds small middle distance with the Hordes and the 5th and the 6th national Hazebirds with the Yearlings. Yeah, I got the luck to have bred and raced around 10 national Ace Pigeon KBDB, and I'm very proud of it. This is one of the biggest achievements in my career. After the magical year of 2014, I had the opportunity to sell the national Hazebird, but I took the decision to keep everything else, keep it for breeding and strengthening my breeding lofts. Divock, so the next brother of Zodiac, which was himself 4th national Ace Pigeon, he was put to the breeding loft. We are now 5 years later, and he became one of my major breeding cock. His father, for example, my best racing end of this season, Shelby, she won 3 times into the top 70 national on Argenton, Issoudun and Montluçon. She's a direct daughter of Divock. Breeding cock from Kevin Saudoyer, son of Divock. He bred him 3 different first interprovincial winners on the great middle distance races. Last week, the luck to learn that Adrien won the 2nd national ace pigeon great middle distance KBDB with the Allbirds, and this is also a grandson of Divock. Last week, Saturday, was a bit a magic year for the family because also I won here the first provincial on Châteauroux with only 1 pigeon in the race, and this was a granddaughter of Zodiac, so the nestmate of Divock. This year I had the luck to get many references, and it all started back like 3 years ago in 2016 when another friend of mine became 2nd national ace pigeon small middle distance, and both parents were original for me, so I had the luck to get that references.